Taj Mahal, meaning the crown of palaces, is a white marble mausoleum located in Agra, India. It was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his third wife Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj Mahal is widely recognized as a jewel of Muslim art in India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of world heritage. Taj Mahal is the finest example of Mughal architecture, a style that combines elements from Persian, Turkish, and Indian architectural styles. In 1983, the Taj Mahal became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While the white dome marble mausoleum is the most familiar component of the Taj Mahal, it is actually an integrated complex of structures. The construction began in around 1632 and was completed around 1653, employing thousands of artisans and craftsmen. In 1631, Shah Jahan, emperor during the Mughal Empire's period of greatest prosperity, was grief-stricken when his third wife Mumtaz Mahal died during the birth of their 14th child Gohara Begum. Construction of Taj Mahal began in 1632. The court chronicles of Shah Jahan's grief illustrate the love story traditionally held as an inspiration of Taj Mahal. The principal mausoleum was completed in 1648 and the surrounding buildings and garden was finished 5 years later. Emperor Shah Jahan himself described the Taj in these words: "Should guilty seek asylum here, like one pardoned, he becomes free from sin. Should a sinner make his way to this mansion, all his past sins are to be washed away. The sight of this mansion creates sorrowing sighs, and the sun and the moon shed tears from their eyes. In this world, this edifice has been made to display thereby the Creator's glory." The tomb is the central focus of the entire complex of the Taj Mahal. This large white marble structure stands on a square plinth and consists of a symmetrical building with an arch-shaped doorway, topped by a large dome and finial. Like most Mughal tombs, the basic elements are Persian in origin. The base structure is essentially a large multi-chambered cube with chamfered corners, forming an unequal octagon that is approximately 55 meters. On each of these sides, a huge pishtak or vaulted archway frames the Ivan with two similarly shaped arched balconies stacked on each side. The marble dome that surmounts the tomb is the most spectacular feature. Its height of around 35 meters is about the same as the length of the base and is accentuated as it sits on a cylindrical drum which is roughly 7 meters high. Because of its shape, the dome is often called an onion dome or an amrut, guava dome. The top is decorated with a lotus design, which also serves to accentuate its height. The shape of the dome is emphasized by 4 smaller dome chhatris placed at its corners, which replicate the onion shape of the main dome. The lotus motif is repeated on both the chhatris and guldastas. The dome and the chhatris are topped by gilded finial, which mixes traditional Persian and Hindustani decorative elements. The main finial was originally made of gold, but was replaced by a copy made of gilded bronze in the early 19th century. This feature provided a clear example of integration of traditional Persian and Hindu decorative elements. The finial is topped by a moon, a typical Islamic motif, whose horns point heavenwards. Because of this placement on the main spire, the horns of the moon and the finial point combine to create a trident shape, reminiscent of the traditional Hindu symbols of Shiva. The minarets, which are each more than 40 meters tall, display the designer's penchant for symmetry. They are designed as working minarets, a traditional element of mosques used by the muezzin to call the Islamic faithful to prayer. Each minaret is effectively divided into 3 equal parts by 2 working balconies that ring the tower. The exterior decorations of the Taj Mahal are among the finest in Mughal architecture. As the surface area changes, the decorations are refined proportionally. The decorative elements are created by applying paint, stucco, stone inlays, or carvings. In line with Islamic prohibition against the use of anthropomorphic forms, the decorative elements can be grouped into either calligraphy, abstract forms, or vegetative motifs. The calligraphy on the Great Gate reads, O soul, thou art at rest, return to the Lord at peace with him, and he at peace with you. The calligraphy was created by a calligrapher named Abdul Haq in 1609. Shah Jahan conferred the title of Amanat Khan upon him as a reward for his dazzling virtuosity. Near the lines from the Quran at the base of the interior dome is the inscription, written by the insignificant being Amanat Khan Shirazi. Much of the calligraphy is composed of florid Thuluth script made of jasper and black marble, inlaid in white marble panels. Higher panels are written in slightly larger script to reduce the skewing effect when viewed from below. The calligraphy found on the marble cenotaphs in the tomb is particularly detailed and delicate. Abstract forms are used throughout, especially in the plinth, minarets, gateway, mosque, jawab, and to a lesser extent on the surfaces of the tomb. White inlays are used in sandstone buildings and dark and black inlays on the white marbles. The marble has been polished to emphasize the exquisite detailing of carvings, and the dado frames and the archway spandrels have been decorated with petria dura inlays of highly stylized, almost geometric vines, flowers, and fruits. The inlay stones are of yellow marble, jasper, and jade, polished and leveled to the surface of the walls. The interior chamber of the Taj Mahal steps far beyond traditional decorative elements. Here, the inlay work is not petra dura, but a lapidary of precious and semi-precious gemstones. The inner chamber is an octagon, with the design allowing for entry of each face, although only the decor facing the garden to the south is used. Muslim tradition forbids elaborate decoration of graves. Hence, the bodies of Mumtaz and Shah Jahan were put in a relatively plain beneath the inner chamber with their faces turned right and towards Mecca. Mumtaz Mahal's cenotaph is placed in the precise center of the inner chamber on a rectangular marble base of 1.5 meters by 2.5 meters. Calligraphic inscriptions on the casket identify and praise Mumtaz. On the lid of the casket is a raised rectangular lozenge meant to suggest a writing tablet. Shah Jahan's cenotaph is besides Mumtaz to the western side and is the only visible asymmetrical element in the entire complex. On the lid of this casket is a traditional sculpture of a small pen box. The pen box and the writing tablet were traditional Mughal funerary icons, decorating the caskets of men and women respectively. The 99 names of gods are found as the calligraphic inscriptions on the sides of the actual tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. The 99 names of gods are found as calligraphic inscriptions on the sides of the actual tomb of Mumtaz Mahal in the crypt, including O noble, O magnificent, O magnificent, O unique, O eternal, O glorious.